Like, bro, you give somebody a 5-year, $100 million contract, right? What is it really?
This ain't enough. Make it enough.
Ain't no way in hell I'm spending $4 million a year.
That's a lot of money there, boy.
Hell
$4
yeah.
million?
Yes. Now, do you really need 10 houses?
Damn.
Do you really need 15 cars?
No.
Can you make that last forever?
Yes. Yes, we can live off $100 million. And like you said, after taxes and everything else, let's say it's $60 million. Of course.
If you can't make $60 million work over your lifetime, then you are financially illiterate.
So this is a continuation of the luxury poverty conversation. When I saw that OBJ video about, it was on the Pivot podcast, and he was talking about how a $100 million contract would not be able to last him a lifetime. And I said, what you talking about?
What you talking about?
Like, what you talking about, Willis? If you didn't see it, take a look at this.
When you've sacrificed your whole life to get here, and you're like, yeah, I played 10 years in the league. And I always explain this to people, like, bro, you give somebody a 5-year, $100 million contract, right? What is it really? It's 5 years for 60. You're getting taxed. Do the math. That's 12 a year, that you have to spend, use,
Save,
invest, flaunt, like whatever, however, just being real. I'm gonna buy a car, I'm gonna give my mama a house, I'm gonna do, everything costs money. So if you spending $4 million a year, that's really $40 million over 5 years, 8 a year, And now you start breaking down the numbers, it's like, that's a 5-year span of where you're getting $8 million. Can you make that last forever? And you always hear the people who ain't us and ain't been in the position, like, oh, well, that would last a lifetime. Yeah, this job that I sacrificed my whole life for, they are giving me that. I didn't ask for the certain dollar amount or whatever, but we weren't taught about no financial literacy and all the way. We weren't
talk about it all the time.
We weren't taught this skill.
Now, a lot of people were watching this clip. A lot of people were reviewing this clip, including Ochocinco and Shannon Sharpe on Nightcap. Take a look at this video.
For better context for me, is he just speaking hypothetically? He's not talking about his personal situation, or he's just using.
He said, and I always explain to people, like, bro, you give somebody 5 years, $100 million. What is that really? It's like 5 years, 60. You're getting taxed. Yes, it's $60 million. Okay, you buy you a house. Now you're not buying a house every year. I don't think.
No.
But here's the thing.
Yes.
Bro say he's spending $4 million a year. If you spending $4 million a year and it ain't a business related, you out your damn mind. Ain't no way in hell I'm spending $4 million a year.
That's a lot of money there, boy.
Hell yeah.
$4 million?
Yes.
Hey, how?
Let's just say, Ocho, you buy a house. Let's just say you buy a house. A house that costs $5 million.
Yeah.
You 3-5%. I don't know what your interest rate is. That's probably, if you just playing an interest only loan, you're probably playing on $4 million, somewhere between $20 and $25, $30,000 a month. That's on your place that costs $45 million.
Right.
Okay, you buy mom a house. Mm-hmm. If I were to buy mom a house, I'm damn near gonna probably get her a house that I can go ahead and pay off. So I'm gonna spend $500,000 for mom because I got to get her something that she can clean for herself. Because I can't pay for a cleaner service because see, that's another expense, Ocho.
Yes, it is.
You get a pool in the yard, Ocho. Guess what? You got to have it cleaned every week, Ocho. That's another expense on me.
Another expense, yeah.
And you get a big ass house, somebody cut the grass. I don't need. I need somebody who can come with a pushing lawnmower and cut the grass.
That's another expense.
That's another expense on me, Ocho. Yeah. What he didn't tell you, how it adds up. Flying private.
Oh yeah. Hey, Uncle, go crazy. Hold on, Uncle. Now you be flying private too. Now I done seen you with your feet kicked up eating Popeye.
Yes.
Now you see why I fly Spirit the past 20 years.
Ocho, but I don't fly everywhere private. Right. I don't go overseas private. You're talking about anywhere from between 10 and 20,000 an hour. If you fly overseas, how long is it going to take you to get to London?
Whoa, come back.
How long is it going to take to get to Madrid?
Wait, bring that back around. Did you just hop an hour or the whole trip?
An hour.
They gonna charge you about an hour to go overseas?
Yes.
Oh heck.
So if you go overseas, guess what, Ocho? You flying back cross, so that might be a $400,000 trip, just like that. Maybe $1 million. How far are you going?
Oh man, okay. Now here, well, hold on, time out, man. If it costs that much, what all these people be doing on Instagrams where they always flying private? Them people ain't making that kind of money.
Flossing.
Hey, see, I don't know.
If, like I said, Ocho, if you got a business, you running a business, businesses cost because you have employees.
Right.
You got to pay for insurance, and you got to pay
Yeah,
for
you got
401k
overhead,
and all
yeah.
that other stuff. So I understand that. But if your yearly expenses and you ain't got no business and you spending $4 million, man, you out your look here. Bezos. I need to be Ocho, for me to spend $4 million a year, I need to be making $50 million a year.
Yeah.
$60 million a year. Not no 60, like no $100 million contract.
Right.
I need to be making LeBron James type money. 120 a year.
Yeah. God
Now, do you really need 10 houses?
damn.
Do you really need 15 cars?
Nah.
Do you need to buy everybody in your house, everybody in your family, a mansion that costs $1 million, $2 million? Because here's the thing.
Yes.
First of all, if you buy somebody in your house, your family a house that costs $1 million to $2 million,
yeah.
First of all, they can't afford the upkeep on it. Because if they could, they'd have it already. See, it ain't the payment; it's the upkeep.
Right.
When ish go wrong. So now you buy somebody a Mercedes, you buy somebody a Ferrari, you bought somebody a high-end car.
God damn.
Now you said, okay, I bought you this. You got to get the upkeep.
Right.
Something happened to it. Toggle flat. Who they calling, Ocho?
You.
Shannon and Chad are always discussing some good, interesting topics. Now, you know Chad was going to sit there and be like disgusted by all the amounts of money that was being spent and how he couldn't save $100 million. Well, let's take that back. Not $100 million, $60 million. Or make it work for the lifetime. We'll say that. Of course, we all have expenses, some more than others, but you got to find a way how to cut back and how to live within your means. Even when you make $60 million, live within your means or below your means. It's going to last a lifetime. Over here, it's going to last. Right? And I'm sure it's going to last for you too.
It's a 5-year span of where you're getting $8 million. Can you make that last forever?
Yes. Yes, we can live off $100 million. And like you said, after taxes and everything else, let's say it's $60 million. Of course. Most people won't even see that statistically in a lifetime. Most of this really is a financial literacy thing because to a point, I do understand how you can spend all your money. Cars, clothes, jewelry, houses, just not worrying about money at all, just spending it. And some of these athletes, they spend what we make in a year in a day. And then most are not making this money forever. So they want to keep living this extravagant lifestyle, but aren't making extravagant money anymore. And that's why I think it came off disingenuous because come on, 100 million. For example, Adrian Peterson, he made over $100 million in his NFL career, not including any endorsements or sponsorships or anything else he had going on. And he was well documented to be bad with money. One of his well-documented adventures is the fact that he allegedly took out a $5 million loan and then threw a birthday party for his 30th and spent millions. The man literally rode in on a camel, flew 300 plus people on first class to this goddamn party, just throwing money away. So yeah, man, that's why financial literacy is so important at literally any tax bracket. You got to learn to manage the money you do make.
So many people was taken aback, like, what? What are you talking about? Because when we hear $100 million, we're like, oh, we gonna make that enough.
Wait a minute. What's this? This ain't enough. Make it enough.
It's gonna be more than enough for our lifetime. Take a look at this video.
Anyone agreeing with Odell Beckham Jr. and saying that $100 million is not enough money to live off of? And I'm going to use his same stipulation, right? He says, hey, you're going to have to take $40 million out of that for taxes, all this other stuff. You're basically stuck with $60 million. If you can't make $60 million work over your lifetime, then you are financially illiterate. The biggest problem with NBA players and NFL players, anybody actually within the entertainment sector, they have a hard time saying no to people. I seen in the clip where he was like, yeah, I'm going to buy cars and all that stuff. Buddy, Kawhi Leonard was running around. I think it was a Lincoln. Someone correct me on that. It was either a Lincoln or a Bronco or something like that. It was a very old ass car that he was driving, and he was in a max contract. He was making over $200 million in a contract year. Chad Ochocinco told y'all this was living in the facility until he couldn't anymore. Like, find ways to ease the burden on money. So you telling me you got $60 million? And here's the thing that I'm going to add to it. He received $100 million in NFL money, right? This is not counting his jersey sales. This is not counting the brand deals that he's gotten. This is not counting the commercials that he's been in. So you got more money than $100 million, bro. You're telling me that you've been that irresponsible with your money? You don't need a supercar, bro. You're a celebrity. You can get a regular ass car, maybe another car just in case that one breaks down, but you don't need a supercar every year.
Now, mind you, he gets endorsements too, but I do understand that a big chunk of that money will go to taxes first and probably real estate that he already owns, cars and things like that he may have to pay, but I think we can make it work, right? We can make it work. Due to the backlash received because of that comment that Odell made regarding the $100 million, RC wanted to provide some additional context. And just like Chad said earlier, we need to know the context behind certain things that are being said. And I always say context is key. So if something is a hypothetical, we want to know that it's a hypothetical, right? So RC says what OBJ said about a $100 million contract on the Pivot podcast has been taken out of context. In today's microwave media society, it pays to overreact and incite negativity. So now he's being villainized for giving his perspective on how that sort of money could be broken down. He was actually saying he's okay without earning more money. Also, your hands actually never touch $100 million on a contract like that, which is true, real, and okay to say. Let's pump the brakes and listen. Take a look at this video.
I've been hearing people weigh in on what Odell Beckham Jr. said about a $100 million contract on our show. And I get it. With this age of social media and podcasting, it's good to incite people. It's good to enrage people, to get them to interact with you and to feel like you're right. But we got to think about rationale and logic and context. Odell Beckham Jr. wasn't saying that you should get a $100 million contract and that means it's okay to blow it. It's okay to be irresponsible with it. What he was saying was when you sign a $100 million deal, you don't actually get $100 million in your palm to spend on you. Now, there's the context of it being tone deaf because there are people who will never make $100,000 in a year, much less have a $100 million contract. There are people who are laid off, people who are fired, people who can't take care of their families on the sacrifices and the work that they put in because they can't make enough money. But he's speaking from his perspective, a perspective of talent, of work ethic, of discipline that earned him those blessings. And what he's saying is that when you sign a $100 million contract, after New Jersey state taxes cut into it, after federal state taxes cut into it, then it is truly only $60 million, which is more than enough to live off forever. But then when you take care of mama and daddy and sister and brother and family and friends, which may not be the smart thing to do, but you feel like since I made it, we all made it. There are people who have sacrificed for you and people who have supported you and people who have been there for you who don't have that type of money, who don't have that type of wealth. And you do feel like you're supposed to give back to them. And then he said, too, like part of it you want to flaunt, right? Like I earned this. Like I want to go have fun with it. I want to go live a rock star lifestyle. And I'm not saying that that's the way to be. But what he was saying is at 24 or 25 years old, he didn't have the financial discipline, the financial intelligence, the financial wherewithal to do the right things all the time. And he was simply saying, if I'm never that rich again, I'd be all right. I'd be able to live. And so the context was he was just talking about things he's been through, things he's experienced, and being open and vulnerable with us and with the world. Not for the world to tear him down, not for the world to think he was great, but just to be honest. And so the context wasn't that Odell was saying he was broke, saying he blew through $100 million contract, or saying that it wasn't a lot of money. He was just saying that this is how it felt to me. And I think we got to let people be okay with that, because how are we ever going to learn if every time somebody shares something that we don't necessarily understand or disagree with, we tear them down?
So OBJ chimed in on this, and he says, "Forgot it's always a lose-lose situation. No point in explaining this anymore. People are going to take a clip and hear what they want to hear and not what's being said. Like I said in the beginning of all of this, I'm good for life. The world we live in, I come to realize not everybody is happy with their own life. So anybody doing better than them, they choose to hate on extra. I busted my ass since I was 5 years old every day to get to the position I'm in. I won't apologize for being great at what I did and choosing a profession that makes a lot of money. I sacrificed it all to get here. Wasn't anything given to me. Nothing. I earned my scholarship. I earned being drafted 12th. And I earned my contract, my ring, and everything else. And that can't never be taken away. It is what it is. I know where I'm at with it all. So please enjoy your life, and I'm going to enjoy mine." And I always say, we have our own individual filters based on our own life experiences. So whenever somebody says something, we're going to filter it through our mind and through our experience to decipher what they're saying. And a lot of times we might misunderstand, or we might, take it out of proportion. But once someone hears $100 million in a sentence and at the same time saying something's not going to last, a lot of people are like, ding, 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 I don't know what you're talking about. So that's what happened here. But if you go on to look at the rest of the interview, you will hear that Odell has plans to, help others with financial education and things like that, which we love. We love that other people are going to be helped with financial literacy. So this may have been blown out of proportion, but again, it makes you also think, if I had $100 million or $60 million, I know it's going to last me a lifetime, generations. I know it'll last for me. That's all I can say. That's all I can keep saying. It's going to last for me. And I'm sure it's going to last for you too. Well, as always, thank you so much for being here. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video.